In truth, freeing a prisoner, is an obligation upon Muslims. Prophet ﷺ said, "Fukkul aani," free the prisoner. He said that, and we do that. We feed the hungry, we do that. Ud al-marda, visit the sick, we do that. In the same hadith, he said, "Fukkul aani," and we don't do that. And so here, when it's a woman in this state, what are we going to do? We're not in the position to do any of that. We can feed the poor. Everybody's no problem with that. We can visit the sick. It's no problem with that. Free the prisoner? No, that's in the hands of governments. So we're unable to. And every government that we can see, illa ma rahima rabbak, is impotent, cowardly, unable and unwilling to stand to at least seek through a treaty, through dialogue, the release. And if Pakistan wanted to, so there's a bilateral treaty they could sign, which is about prisoner exchange, about so that Afia Siddiqui can serve whatever her sentence is closer to her home. You know what's really sad? Her mother died last year. That same mother I was talking about, I visited her a few years ago. Ismat, a strong lady, waiting all of this time with tears in her eyes for her daughter to come back. So Pakistan could have done that easily. No problem. In fact, if you recall, several years ago, there was a guy, a CIA agent, about 10 years ago, called Raymond Davis. He shot dead 2 people or 3 people in the streets of Lahore. He was grabbed by the Pakistani police, and instead of using him in the way that the Taliban would have as prisoner exchange, they let him go for a little bit of blood money. Free. Killed people on the streets of Pakistan. So this tells you everything we need to know about where the power lies. What can we do? We can simply put pressure on our governments, and we've been putting pressure on our governments for so long through so many avenues. But in the end, power doesn't lie with us. I've spoken to Imran Khan several times before in the past, before he became Prime Minister, about Afia's case, in particular, specifically about Afia's case. And he was very, he really wanted to do something. Once he became president, Prime Minister rather, the very intelligence services that handed me over, stopped him from doing anything. So it's important to remember there's an entire body here that is in control of a nation that doesn't allow things to... Think to yourself, how is it that some of the top leaders, Osama bin Laden's drivers, Osama bin Laden's bodyguards, senior members of Al-Qaeda, senior members of the Taliban, all get released, but Afia Siddiqui is still in prison? How is that possible?